What's going on, my dudes? Welcome to the channel. I'm QuittyBags, and today, my dudes, I'm going to be teaching you how to get the best possible enchantments and all the best possible enchantments on your Minecraft weapons, so you can have the best armory in Minecraft. Now, before we get started, don't forget to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to the channel and you want to become one of the dudes, smash that sub button for me. We are on the road to 40,000 dudes. All right, let's get started, and let's show you guys all the best enchantments in Minecraft on your weapons. Okay, so as you guys can see here, we have a ton of different weapons here lined up. We've got a sword, the trident, the axe, the crossbow, the bow, and of course a shield to protect yourself. Now, I'm going to show you guys the best enchantments, but before I do that, I'm going to show you guys how to get the best enchantment. Now, there are a few ways to get different enchantments. The first way I'm going to show you guys is using the gambling machine, I call it. It's actually just the enchantment table. Make sure you have 15 bookshelves around this bad boy, and then pop your sword in and pop your lapis in, and there you go. As you guys can see, you get some good enchantments, but you can only do this once with your sword. So now that it's enchanted, you'll actually have to use a book, so you go ahead and grab your best book. Now, that is one way to get enchantments. Another way to get enchantments on books are also villager trades. So as you guys can see here, I have a villager, and he has a lectern in front of him, making him a librarian, and he actually will trade me books. Now, if you guys want a certain book, let's say we want sharpness 5, for example. All you got to do is keep breaking the lectern and placing it and breaking it and placing it, and he'll just keep giving you different book combinations, and eventually you might get that book you need. Alright, so say you got the book you needed either from here or from there, from the villager. We can go over to this anvil, and now we can actually place the book on the sword. So you're going to put the sword here, and then you're going to put the book here, and boom, we got fire aspect 1 from that, and you can get out of here. Sorry, sir. So now that you know how to throw enchantments on your sword and all your weapons, now how do you actually get enchantments off if you don't like that enchantment? Go ahead and make a grindstone here. A grindstone is pretty simple to make. All you do is put that there, and then put your sword in there to de-enchant it, and boom, there you go. You get your sword back, but remember, it's going to take all the enchantments off, and you're only going to get a small bit of XP in return. Alright, now that I showed you how to enchant and how to de-enchant, let's go ahead and show you guys the best enchantments for all these weapons. So, starting off with your sword, we have two different variants of the sword. There's the sharpness sword and the smite sword. Now, sharpness sword is obviously the best, coming up with 11 attack damage and 1.6 attack speed. We have unbreaking 3, mending, knockback 2, looting 3, fire aspect 2, sharpness 5, and sweeping edge. Now, the only difference between the sharpness sword and the smite sword is literally it has smite 5 versus sharpness 5. I recommend sharpness 5. Smite 5 is actually only for killing the undead. I believe it works on skeletons and the wither. It works on the wither really good as well. So those are the two differences, but I'd recommend going with the sharpness 5 because look how intense that attack damage is. Okay, moving on, we have the axe. Same thing with the axe. It's sharpness 5 versus smite 5, but on the axe, we have unbreaking 3, we have mending, sharpness 5, and efficiency 5. Efficiency 5 isn't for attacking, it's just for cutting down trees, but obviously I gotta show you guys the best enchantments for it. So that is your axe. Now the axe over here just has smite 5 on it versus the sharpness 5. And look at that attack damage, 13 attack damage, but obviously the attack speed is a little slower, coming up at 1 versus the 1.6 of the sword. So the sword is definitely quicker, especially with that sweeping edge 3 on there. Moving on to the crossbows here, we actually have unbreaking 3, mending, quick charge 3 with multi-shot. Now, this crossbow is really cool because you can actually shoot fireworks out of the crossbow as well as arrows. So let's go ahead and test this. I'm gonna go back on peaceful, and let's go on survival, and we can actually put our rockets in our side hand and shoot our rockets out of our crossbow. Like, look how cool that is. So that's definitely one of the coolest features here. And then if we don't have that in our hand, you could just shoot arrows like normal, and it's really epic. Anyways, moving on to the bow here, we have the infinity bow versus the mending bow, and we got unbreaking 3, infinity, power 5, punch 2, and flame. Now, the difference between the mending and the infinity is obviously one has infinity and one has mending. The difference, infinity has unlimited arrows, and then the mending actually doesn't have unlimited arrows, and it actually repairs itself using XP, which is really cool and really handy, but I honestly go with the infinity because there's nothing worse than having to make a ton of arrows or stack up your inventory full of arrows, so I recommend the infinity. And especially with power 5, punch 2, and flame, this is an OP bow, my dudes. And moving on to the shields, we have Mending and Unbreaking 3. Obviously, this is going to come in handy because it's going to fix itself and it's going to take longer to break. You can also put banners on shields in Minecraft Java. You just make a banner, put it inside of the crafting table beside the shield, and you're good to go. All right, then we have the two last most epic weapons here. We have the Trident. So the Tridents are two different ones. We have the Channeling Trident and the Riptide Trident. You might be wondering, what is the difference between that? Well, Channeling actually attracts lightning during a thunderstorm to strike down wherever you throw this. You can throw it at yourself, you can throw it at mobs, you can throw it at anything you want, and it'll cause lightning once it strikes the mob. Riptide actually causes it, you can actually float through the rain or underwater. So we're going to grab these two and we're going to go test them out. All right, so if we go underwater here and we grab the Riptide, all you got to do is pull back with your right mouse button and lunge forward like this. And it's really, really cool because you can get around really fast. Now it will cause wear against your against your Trident, but it's not too bad. All right, we better get out before we drown. You can actually also attack like this as well. So we can go ahead like this, boom. And we can go ahead like this. And with Impaling 5 on, it does a lot of damage. Boom, as we can tell right there. All right, let's turn it to a thunderstorm here, because we can check both the thunderstorm with the one Trident, and then we can actually go through the rain. Watch this. This is really cool. See this? This is one cool thing about Riptide. You can actually float through the rain, but careful, it's very dangerous. We almost died there. Look how epic that is. Oh my gosh. All right. So that is one cool thing about the Riptide there. You can rip throughout the rain, and you can rip throughout the ocean. Next thing is just channeling here. If there's a thunderstorm, let's see. Hold on. I got to get better aim. All right, this is a better spot. Here we go. All right, let's look for a mob here to attack. All right, let's try this guy over here. Boom. All right. There you go. That's how you strike a mob with lightning. Now, a cool thing is, if you do this, you can actually charge a creeper. Now, a charged creeper, when the charged creeper actually explodes, this is going to be really dangerous. But when a charged creeper explodes, you'll see we might end up dying from this. Yep, hold on. I'll go back and see now. All right, here we are. We're back at the site where I got murdered. I recommend bringing a shield with you and having full protection armor when doing this. But as you guys can see, when the creeper exploded the zombie, we actually get the zombie head, which is so cool, right? So that's how to collect mob heads while you're at it. All right, my dudes, so that is going to be all the best enchantments for all of your different weapons. We went over the sword, the trident, the axe, the shield, the crossbow, and of course, the bow. So those are all the best enchantments and some really cool ones. Like, honestly, the trident is one of my favorites with channeling on it, collecting up mob heads, but be careful, those creepers are highly explosive once they are charged. As you guys could see, they did a lot of damage to me. Okay, my dudes, so if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys found it helpful, drop a comment down below. Let me know what is your favorite weapon to enchant. Personally, mine is probably the trident. What is yours? Also, the bow is pretty cool as well. So drop down your favorite down below. I really appreciate that. Smash like on this video. Don't forget to smash sub to become one of the dudes. And thank you so much for watching. And I will see you dudes in the next Minecraft video. Peace out, my dudes.